be further customizing our scatter plot in order to have a clear view, in order to look how you're gonna customize it, and we'll be doing with shorter lines. The more shorter line of code we use, the more it will be for more it will be easy to understand. Our main purpose is to understand the idea of the scatter plot, not to just add a bunch of line of codes. So that's what we are doing. So now in the recent video we already draw that. So now let's say I will just copy the same and we will just make it edits. So if we see here, if we run that code here, so we can see here the grid line. Let's say for 20 there is a grid line, for 30 there is a grid line. So if we don't want that grid line, so we can just remove that plt.grid, and we can say we just need to put plt.grid and we will put false here, so it will remove the grid lines. So here we are seeing, but the grid lines just make the view a little bit more clearer. So that's how we are going to remove it. We just have to look how we can remove it. So that's how the grid line works. So now we will copy the same code and we will show how we are going to add a hue here. So we already put the comment. So let's say we have to add hue. What is hue used for? Hue is used for to put a legend on top here. I mean, we want to see that, let's say we have age and fear and we want to categorize it on some type of categorical variable. So let's say we want to categorize it by age, or we want to, let's say, categorize it by class, so we can do that. So let's say we want to categorize, let's say first by, we can categorize by age, let's say sex. Now you have to print it. So here we are seeing categorizing by, let's say, male and female. Let's categorize it by, we can say, class. So here we are seeing categorization by class. So that's how we are going to add a hue class here. So now after that we will be looking, let's say, on the style of, let's say, the style, the background style, how we are going to change it. So we'll put, let's say, sns dot, let's say, set style. Let's say we want to see dark only. So let's say we select dark. So here we are seeing dark. It's more like make the view a little bit clear or interactive. So let's say if you want to see let's say dark grid, so it's a line that come built in with SNS. So that's how we are going to see dark grid. And if you want to see white, so we can see only white. So that's how we are going to see white. And if you want to see white grid, you can also see that. So that's how we are going to see white grid, mean the values that are highlighting on top are removed. So that's how we are going to see it. So the dark grid isn't fine, so we'll be using dark. So grid lines, we already add the grid here. So if we remove that grid, so it will automatically add the grid lines also. So let's say we print it here. Okay, so now after that we will be looking, let's say, how we are going to customize that legend. So we'll be looking at that. So let's say for that we will be, let's say we have to put the code here. Let's say we'll assign the name here to scatter in order to give it, let's say, the customize our legend. So we'll write scatter dot legend, and we are customizing the legend here. So let's say we want to put the title, let's say title, and we will use the title, let's say, passenger class title. And we'll further give more things. Let's say we'll make it log where we want to see it. So let's say we want to see it on the left, so we'll make it left. Let's say how it goes. So let's say left, and let's say let's print it out. So what we are seeing here, let's try another. Left is not valid for log. Okay, so here we are seeing that how it's supported. So it's supported right, lower left, upper left. So we'll use upper left here. So it's already showed here. We'll copy that, and let's say we are going to use that here, and let's see how it goes. So here we are seeing on the upper left